Welcome everyone to another segment of Lifesaver Tonight Life. My name is Linda Golick, Health and Wellbeing Consultant for Bellin Health. So these segments are put together to show you what our resources are with our free Lifesaver Wellbeing series for the month and maybe brainstorm a little bit about what you can do with that content. So I'm going to share some of what we have going on here. So first of all, you should have all received that monthly email. So I just want to go through and highlight a couple of things. So we're talking about skin health this month, and skin health is particularly important in terms of care and what we look for, because our number one diagnosed cancer in this country is skin cancer. So skin cancer can take on a lot of different forms. So we really want to build awareness around people paying attention to their skin, what's going on with their skin. So even just distributing this information to your employees or to your team members, it's just a great reminder of pay attention to your skin. You know, it isn't necessarily something that's always going to hurt, but if something looks, suspicious, it's just good to get that looked at and take care of that with a healthcare provider. This is another great opportunity to remind people that it's great to connect with that primary care provider and just check in and show anything that you might have concern about. But there's some good educational content as far as what our skin does for us. Skin is our largest organ in our body. It's a big part of our immune system. It helps regulate body temperature, all those kind of things. Interestingly enough, makes up 15% of our body weight. So kind of a fun little statistic there. Again, skin cancer being very prevalent, we really want to bring awareness to that. 5 million people a year are treated for skin cancer. So we definitely want to have some surrounding information for people. So here are some tips as far as prevention of skin cancer. Some things like not using tanning beds, wearing sunscreen, having sunglasses with UV protection, all those types of things. So again, number one thing, don't hesitate to make an appointment with your healthcare provider if you notice some kind of change. This month in our email, I want to talk about this podcast for a little bit because we have some extra special things going on this month with our podcast. So we always have our Prescription for Life podcast, and I always interview one of our Bellin Health experts surrounding the topic. And so this month I had the pleasure of speaking with one of our nurse practitioners, Dylan Valentine, who is just an absolute pleasure to talk to. Got a lot of great information from him, but also when you click on these links, it's also going to take you to those platforms. And I just want to show that because we have something extra special for you this month. So this month, let's see where that is. I had the pleasure of connecting with someone from our partner organization, Gunderson Healthcare Systems. And as you probably have heard, we merged with Gunderson previously. And I got to talk to one of their dermatologists, Dr. April Farrell. And I literally just did this. I just popped this up on the platform, so it wasn't in the email. It was kind of a fun opportunity. She has some really great information to offer. And even just talking about different types of sunscreen, what's the best to use, what does she recommend? Like there's so much more material from her than I really anticipated getting. So I would really encourage you to check that out. That's on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So please take a look at that and share that information as well, because again, skin cancer is so real and so prevalent. We really want to bring some good awareness to that. So check that out. So then the other thing I wanted to show you today, again, those monthly materials always available for you. So this month, pretty handout on the Skinny on Skin, what your skin does, ways to prevent skin cancer. Again, some nice QR codes to those podcasts. So even if you print off a few of these handouts and keep them in areas where people might be visiting. So if you're with HR, maybe have them at the front desk when people come in to grab. If you have an on-site clinic or healthcare provider, having those there, really helpful to just educate people. And the just one thing, scheduling a skin cancer screening, of course, if you have any concerns. So as always, you go to bellin.org/lifesaver to get those handouts. and lots of posters and interactive whiteboard questions, social media if you wanted to raise some extra awareness via your social media channels. There's also a nice graphic on here that you could add some verbiage to, and you could take the verbiage right out of the email that I sent, or if there's something more applicable to your organization, you can certainly take a look at that as well. I just want to go back to the email for just a second. So again, those podcasts, and then also just bringing awareness to other skin issues. So it may not be skin cancer, but then other things that people may be noticing, some more education on that. And then this month for our Mental Health Moment webinar, we had really a powerful segment. We had Brown County Executive Troy Streckenbach on. We had a previous conversation about ACEs. So that would be adverse child experiences and how that affects health and well-being, not only in children as they are children, but as they grow into adulthood. And so a great way to combat that from a population health perspective is to get mentorship for children that maybe have been through some adverse childhood experiences. And in Brown County, there's this wonderful program called PALS. So we talk about that in the segment. So there's a link there for the YouTube video if you want to see the faces. Otherwise, always available in podcast as well. And those were the materials I had for you today. Does anyone want to share anything that they did in the month of June? In June, we were talking about On My Last Nerve, which was having to do with managing anxiety. Was there anything in particular that you did along those lines in your organizations that you would like to share with the rest of us? And feel free to either chat that in or go ahead and unmute yourself. We're a friendly group today. We can all chat with each other if you'd like. I would love to hear some of what you did. The other thing with June is that June is actually PTSD Awareness Month as well as Men's Health Month. So some other important topics that you can bring light to in your organizations. We'll see if anyone chats in something or would like to unmute themselves. Oh, yes, we had the wonderful Bellin run, and it was a beautiful day. I took advantage of every sprinkler, every popsicle that was handed out, every water station. Randy, I used it all. I got the full experience, the Bellin run this year. It was great. It was great. And of course, this was our first year for adding a 5K as well. So really, really fun day, really fun event. All right. Well, now, right, Randy? Why would you miss a sprinkler? Like, especially when it's warm out. Why would you ever? Super fun. All right. Well, I look forward to hearing from you next month on what you did with skin health. If there's anything we can do for you, please don't be afraid to reach out. We're here to support you. And otherwise, enjoy this beautiful summer day. Have a great day, everyone.